Hi, often we are asked the question what product to use on concrete walls which have got damp problems. Three of our top products in this range: Aquastop, Crystal Proof and No Damp. So what does Aquastop look like? Aquastop is a powder which has to be mixed with water to be able to turn it into a thin paste. Where and why to use Aquastop? Aquastop is a membrane product. It's not a penetrating product which doesn't penetrate into the substrate. It creates a film forming over the top of it. The great thing about this product is that you can actually overpaint it, or it's good enough to be left on its own. You don't actually have to, but if you don't like the colour, you can change it by painting over the top of it. The other great thing about it as well, it inhibits mould growth and fungal growth as well. Important points to note while selecting Aquastop: it cannot be applied over any previous coated surface. The other thing you've got to bear in mind, it is a membrane, and therefore if you drill a hole through it or puncture it in any way once it's been applied, then it defeats the whole object of it. And it's a bit like having a rubber dinghy or an inner tube, and the water then can penetrate through the surface and leak through to the substrate. How to apply Aquastop? All loose particles, dust, debris, oil must be removed to get a clean surface for it to be applied. And don't mix the whole tub in one go. Just do a manageable bit to begin with until you understand how easy it is to apply. Mix to a toothpaste consistency. Apply with a brush for best results. Minimum 2 coats are required. Do the first coat in an up and down direction and the second coat in a left to right direction to give the best results. Aquastop must be applied within 1 hour of mixing. Recoat time is 6 hours, typically 7 days before it's fully cured, and it then can resist the passage of water. That's how it should look. No trade qualifications required. A DIY meter, a 3 out of 5. Aquastop is available in 3 different sizes: 2 kilograms, 4 kilograms and 10 kilograms. Now let's tell you about our second product in this range, Crystal Proof. As you can see, it's a dry grey powder rather than the white powder which what the Aquastop was. When would you use Crystal Proof? Crystal Proof is different than Aquastop because what it actually does, rather than just being a membrane on the surface, it actually penetrates through the concrete into great depths. And it forms tiny crystals. It has a chemical reaction with the lime that's already in the block, causes a chemical reaction in there and forms these crystals and creates a barrier in here rather than just on the surface. So what's the main point whilst considering using Crystal Proof? Crystal Proof is a high-end product. Because it's not just a membrane, it actually penetrates into the surface as well. That's one of its great advantages, which lends itself to, you can put counterbattens on the face of it, drywall over it, plasterboard, finished wall. Because of the type of product it is, it's not a super smooth finish as what the Aquastop is, so it's not a decorative finish, which means that it doesn't really take to a paint. Application of Crystal Proof. You must make sure the surface is damp so it gets drawn into the substrate. That's probably the main thing that you've got to worry about. Secondly, don't mix the whole tub all in one go, otherwise you'll never get it all on before it starts going off. Make sure you mix it with the right quantities of water to the product. Mix the product to a toothpaste consistency. Dampen the surface that's going to be the product applied to, and apply with a brush for best results and maximum coverage. Then go on ahead and mix more as you go. A minimum of 2 coats are required, and do the first coat in an up and down direction and the second coat in a left to right direction. Curing time is 7 days. Avoid rain damage to the new coating until it is set. Typically, this will be 7 days before it can resist the passage of water. No trade qualification required. DIY meter, 3 out of 5. Crystal Proof is available in 2 kgs, 4 kgs and 10 kgs. Our next product in this range is No Damp. So what does No Damp look like? It's a grey, ready mixed paste. Great advantage, you don't have to mix it up. It's ready to use, brushable, put it straight on the substrate. When to use No Damp? This is an acrylic brush-on membrane that will prevent rising damp, efflorescence, and resist negative hydrostatic pressure. It can be over-coated using almost any decorative paint and can be applied to damp surfaces and freshly laid hardened concrete, even if it's green. It has excellent adhesion over most substrates, including brick, masonry, concrete block, stone and timber. Application of No Damp waterproofing. There's no mixing required as this is a ready-to-use product. Apply it with a brush for best results and maximum coverage. A minimum of 2 coats are required. The second coat can be applied after 4 hours. Do the first coat in an up and down direction and the second coat in a left to right direction. The curing time is 24 hours. There's no trade qualification required. It's got a DIY meter of 2 out of 5. No Damp comes in one size, 4 litre. See our other videos for the full range of our waterproofing products.